Welcome back, everyone. We are back with more FIFA, more ELOI, and joining me is, as usual, the Campion, and a lot of questions for you. How are you doing today, most importantly?
I'm doing fantastic. It's great to be back here. Sorry for the delay, lads. It's live, you know. It's hard to get it right sometimes. But listen, we're here now, and we have an incredible matchup. We've just seen. We're joining it from the second leg. The first leg ended 1-1, Sater, and I have to say this is a juicy affair. Simply for the reason that in this group, Delaney was 3 points ahead of Ranners coming into this tie. So, you know, a draw means that he's still 3 points ahead. It's a massive draw for Delaney, really, going into the second leg. But can Ranners pull it out of the bag here and get the much-needed W?
Yeah, there will be a lot to play for in this one, especially since the first leg did go 1-1. We did manage to catch that ourselves. Very sorry we didn't get that on, but too many games going on at the same time and too many people getting confused about what time they're meant to be on show. So it's happening, and that was very close to start it off. Yeah,
Ranners starting off on the front foot here, and very, very positive from him. We're seeing some ball roll scoops there as well in the area, creating that space. We'll be quite disappointed that didn't go in, if I'm completely honest with you. Usually they do. Maybe a little green time would have guaranteed that. But again, just cut offside, and you know, it's Ranners means business in this game. He knows it's do or die now. He has to win this game.
Yeah, do or die, and as we do see the opening minutes here, and it's one opportunity just goes a little bit wide, but we do see them starting to work down the wing, the passing game once again. And I think I ask for too much when I ask for a crossing. I really do. I think I'm just asking for miracles upon miracles for just one good long ball, but he does find some space down the wing. He won't be able to cut in, though, will be dispossessed. So Sly go back in this.
Yeah, absolutely. And Delaney want to get his foot on this game now as well. We see a player lock going out wide. You know, again, I know quite a lot about both these players. You know, in the Irish scene, they're quite well known. Delaney is a very, very good player. Again, I had the unfortunate task of meeting him at Foot Champs one day. But he's a great lad, and as is Ranners, you know, he's done a lot for the Irish scene too. As Delaney works it in with La Croqueta, trying to find a space, couldn't get the shot off. But again, end to end here, Sater, and you know, it's surprising really to see that the first game ended 1-1. You know, both of them are very, very, very attacking minded. So it just goes to show how well defensively they both are.
Yeah, very, very strong on that defense, but it's all about getting that
there it is.
Small gap, and yeah, perfect. Absolutely perfect.
We see it time and time again, Sater. I said to you this year, the meta is getting to the end line and cutting it back for that person in the box. You can see Delaney's quite frustrated with it as well. It is something that we see quite a lot of at this high level type of tournaments and pro tournaments, you know, and it is the meta. Like I said before, it is boring, but you know, would you rather win or would you rather play, you know, more openly style FIFA? I know what these guys want to do. They want to win. That's their mindset. So, you know, it's anything to win at this stage in this game. And, you know, it is slightly a shame that it is the meta and they have to kind of do that to get these goals and to win these games. But, you know, hate the game, not the player. That's what I say.
Yeah, so the meta is always going to be one of those things you have to keep an eye on, and it is something you do have to play to, as there is a bit of space here. It is taking too much time on the ball, not getting it out from his feet though, and it does end up going to the keeper, and there will be a pause cued in by Delaney there as well. But it is something you spoke about. It's the meta, and it might not be enjoyable to watch, but it's what you have to do. You have to be able to play to that style, unless you can find a style that works in an abrasive manner and works opposite to it. And it can be a bit of a niche thing that some players might be able to do. But if you can play the meta to a high standard, then more than comfortably just sit on it. You'll be able to get those opportunities, and more opportunities coming in. The first over-the-top ball we've seen come in from that box, and a good dispossess coming through there. Very nicely done by Bowes.
Wowzer! And Ranners is running amok 2-0 inside 22 FIFA minutes, and not surprising here that Delaney is taking a pause. I know he needs to regain his mental here. You know, I could see from his chat here, just from watching it, you know, he's starting to lose it a little bit. And I have to say, I know Delaney quite on a personal level as well, and I know how he is. He's very emotional. He lives and breathes this game, and he puts everything into his game, all these hours. So, you know, it is a part of his game that he definitely has worked on, and he has gotten a lot better at, but it is sometimes just really, really, really hard to contain them emotions in such a high valued game as well. Like I said, 3 points coming into this game. He's 2-0 down now in his second leg. Where does he go from here? You know, we're seeing a couple of substitutions, maybe players that he prefers to have on the pitch. Different body types comes into it as well. So yeah, look, Delaney's gonna have to he's gonna have to take a breather, take a breath, and compose himself. He's still in this game, you know. But we're seeing that shot. You know, how beautiful is that shot, say, or the new power shot that's been brought into the game this year. L1 and R1 and the shoot button, and it gives you that powered up kind of old school like FIFA Street, for anyone who remembers FIFA Street.
Oh yeah, that's a callback. That's a callback right there.
Yeah, where you used to have the momentum kind of.
Dizzy Rascal was your commentator back in the day. Do you remember that too?
Yeah. So that's kind of what they brought back this year, and it's quite a nice feature. You don't see it often because you have to have so much space to actually get that shot away, because it powers up and it kind of freezes for a second. But we are seeing some good work from Delaney here down the line, and looks like Delaney has kind of composed himself a bit. He's got a bit of more of a stronghold on the game since then, and you know, a goal for Delaney here will open things right up going into the second half as well.
Yeah, it definitely would. It'll bring them back into it, especially after a 1-1. You don't want to be going down 2-0 this early. Might be some changes coming through pretty soon. It's usually just before a half you try to get a sub in just to get some fresh legs on it, and it might be needed here, as we do see another breakthrough. Bowes on the charge. They're able to cut back for this one. They do find the man Afolabi now on the ball outside the box. Will he be able to get it off?
Wow, very, very good defending there from Delaney. Very composed, didn't drag his defenders out. And that's the main thing for me this year, you know. I see a lot of people, you know, the average players like me get excited when... just as I'm about to explain about pulling your defenders out, Ranners takes advantage of Delaney pulling his centre-back out of space. dink over the top and a fantastically taken finish there as well. 3-0. And, you know, we said it last time, Sater, you know, I think it was a game we casted last week. Someone was 3-0 down and they ended up, or 4-1 down. They ended up coming back to 4-3. The game is not over. You know, we're playing with high-level FIFA players here, and they are capable of scoring at any given second. So, and how many times have we seen it in FIFA? Just like now, oh my God, he was offside in the end. But we see a great player lock trying to find a space in between the centre backs there. And Delaney, this is what I'm saying, you know, he has a lot of prowess going forward. So this game is not over by any means necessary.
No, great channel found there and a great opportunity. Just the timing that run a little bit better would have opened it up for them, but it doesn't come to fruition. We do see some, oh, there was a pass there. I could see it myself. He didn't go for it, but he goes for the long ball across, swaps the play, changes sides, will find some space in the box, but does get dispossessed and will fall apart just at the last second, but takes it back once again.
And it's 4. Wow, Delaney could feel a bit sorry for himself about that one, I can't lie. You know, we see it time again as well. He had his centre back there, and it looked like he just went through him, you know? So, listen, I sympathise with Delaney, but listen, take nothing away from Ranners. He's been absolutely phenomenal in this game, and it's kind of a shame we didn't get to see the first one to try and compare it, you know? But I can only imagine that was a very nervy affair being the first game, and we've seen it last week as well, Sater, right? The first games, they're a little bit edgy, kind of sussing each other out a little bit. Then the second game, it explodes, and that's what we're seeing here. And we're seeing Ranners of Bohemian FC taking a 4-0 lead, probably going into the half here, unless Delaney can get one back, which we know he's capable of doing. Yeah,
there is the opportunity there for them to try and get something from it. Looking forward to seeing if they can make that space. At the moment, the passing game is good, not getting shut down, but that defense is so strong from Bows. They know exactly what they want to do. Swapping the players, as you said before, in time to get those interceptions, using that right stick just to swap it around, get onto the right person, be ready for every single play that seems to come out from Sligo. So yeah, that's just another skill you have to have at these high levels. You need to be able to swap the players fast enough and be in the right places, but there is an opportunity opening up. He's cut it back, but dispossessed the worst possible moment.
That was an opportunity, Sayer. You know, he got into a great position, and we're seeing some fantastic player lock-in from Delaney. Just in the final third, he seems a little bit too panicky, probably because he's 4-0 down. He knows he needs a goal. And again, it comes back to the mentality of these players, right? How well can you control your mentality, your emotions when it comes down to it? And I just feel like this pause, Delaney needs to take the full pause, take a minute, relax, breathe. You know you're capable of scoring 4 or 5 goals in a game against anyone. He's that type of player. So I think, yeah, compose yourself, you know, have a little think, count to 10 and go again. And listen, at this stage now, it's all or nothing. You know, you're 4-0 down. It's kind of, sometimes people actually find that a better position to be in, because now you're not worried about conceding goals. You're not worried about losing. You're already in that position. And it's kind of like a rat in a corner, right? What are they going to do? They're going to fight you. They're not just going to, you know, lay over and die. So, you know, I'm thinking full press, constant press, get in his face, get an early goal, and this could be game on here to try and pull something back. Remember, a draw will do for Delaney here. You know, so yeah, he's more than capable of coming back, but Ranners have been phenomenal so far.
Yeah, if they're bringing back to 4-4 to go to golden goal, though, that's the other thing. And then
true.
We really see it start to open up. There's no draws here. We are down to the death. We are down to the last possible moments. There's a lovely ball over the top. That's not what we wanted to see early. We wanted to see them shutting that one down, and that's 5. That's 5 goals. Dan, what do you do? What do you do?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing really you can do now. You know, Delaney's going to be deflated. He's going to think the game's over, which in hindsight, it probably is, you know, but he's doing a lot of the right things. I just think he's been quite unfortunate. You know, we've seen an offside trap there, which is a high-level play as well. The thing about doing offside traps is if you get him wrong, that's what ends up happening. You know, you keep him on side. We've seen some frustration now. Delaney doing some kind of spam tackles. You know, it happens, man. This is the game, and they put so much into it, and they get frustrated, and, you know, you can't blame them. You know, these are high-level players, so they're not used to conceding 5 goals, not used to, you know, essentially, not that they are, but in their mind would be embarrassed to lose by this scoreline by anyone, you know. But we could see a little fight back. Ooh, would have liked to have seen him have a shot there. Tried to work it in with a step over. But yeah, I think that's probably game over. We could even see another one here. Oh, not even a foul called there as well by the ref. I think a little bit of sympathy towards the team that's losing 5-0. But no, yeah, very disappointed. Delaney be very disappointed with this, but listen, it's not over yet. I keep saying it. It is FIFA, Sayer. We know what this game is like and what it can do. So we
I've
could
come back
have.
from a 5-0. I've done it before, and it was a great moment for me, but it was very, very tooth and nail. I had to fight for every ball. There was no space at all for me to work with. It came down to some very, very clutch moments, and not saying it can't be done, it can, but it is such a mountain to climb, and the mental has to stay. It has to be strong no matter what you do, and that's the thing we have to keep an eye on, as he is trying to make some space, and he is finding it at the moment. Some good play coming through. He's on the wing, just needs to get it in, needs to find the pass, but no, he just doesn't take his time when it ends up losing that one, and he'll be kicking himself. And that's the callback yellow from earlier, the tackle. It looked like a Brexit tackle on the edge of the box, to be honest, but yeah, very, very comfortable now for Bowes. What would you be doing in this situation if you were Bowes? Would you be just trying to hold the ball, or would you just be going for more? Would you want to rub salt in the wounds?
Yeah, no, look, these are competitors, you know, and they don't forget as well, they'll know each other outside of this too, so there may be a little bit of sportsmanship going on, but in my head, I'm looking at Ranners right now, and he doesn't need to go forward, he doesn't need to score, you know, he's controlling the play, he's keeping the ball, he's passing it into spaces, but it does look like he's going for another one here, but yeah, no, if you're Ranners, you're kind of, you're chilling right now, you know what I mean? He's been phenomenal in this game, he's been lethal, you know. I'm pretty sure he's had 5 chances. No, he's had 6 chances and 5 goals, because that first one that he missed. But that set the bar high for him, and he knew straight away after that he was going to be getting in again. He's going to be getting opportunities.
If we get one more goal for Bowes, we actually get Brazil 7-1.
Yeah,
we actually get Braziled. You don't want to get Braziled here. So all eyes on trying to stop that last one from going through, or getting another goal and making it at least 6-2, as the 1-1 scoreline is just ringing in the back of my head. We're very close to a Brazil.
Yeah, absolutely. And I tell you what, you have to give Delaney some credit here as well. You know, 5-0 down, he's still battling, he's still going for it. He still believes in himself, and he's going to the final whistle. Hopefully he can get a little goal to make it somewhat interesting near the end. We're seeing some great play. Look, but that's so unfortunate. He's passed it to the player, and the player's let it go through his legs for some reason. It hasn't locked onto him, you know. So a little bit of unfortunate gameplay from Delaney, but you can't take anything away from that.
Oh no,
So
the ankle breaker into a chance. No, it smashes the ankles of the defender there, but does get it back. It doesn't lead to another chance, and nothing taken there. This is a great ball. Just needs to get that keeper out in time. The keeper.
He's offside. That was a very late flag. What was he waiting for? VAR? Was he waiting for VAR?
100% VAR.
Nah,
we need to call back on that one.
That was very, very late flag. Usually you see a little yellow man up in the top corner if it was offside and you play the ball. But yeah, strange one there. I thought it looked just onside, but
both Armians FC right here. Getting away with murder, but it is another opportunity once again for the Bows, and they're getting in. They're just not finding it. And that's going for that's a kick out. Okay, I thought that was a corner for a second. That would have worried me a little bit. Maybe it was full VAR, but we do see 5-0. There is opportunities opening up, but not enough of it in the possession game.
Ooh, just that touch. You're probably seeing a little lack of confidence now with Delaney as well. Maybe not doing things that he would normally do, you know. Just because of the situation, you know, you're 5-0 down, running out of time.
In your own head.
It's inevitably dead, you know, so you're probably not high on confidence right now, you know. We're seeing a reverse elastico there from Ranners. Great work inside the area, trying to find a space. Great defending, though. But that's one thing Ranners has done really well as well, is his defending has been phenomenal. You know, he's really not giving Delaney any space. When he does, Delaney's very good at working the ball into the area and then creating the space to attack and to get that shot off. And he just hasn't been given an inch to breathe in this game. So absolutely fair play to him. He's defended gallantly. Absolutely brilliant.
He's got him in this chokehold now, where he's just constantly harassing every single player that's on the ball. Always someone moving towards him, and it's very hard to find that pass. And Sligo will have a big job here for them to try and get something back. I wouldn't mind seeing them get a consolation goal in this one. The Stone ended 5-0. It's a good opportunity, but a bad pass.
Yeah. Again, it comes down to the mentality and maybe a little bit sloppy, a little bit forced, a little bit panicked, just because you're in the situation. Now you're just wanting the clock to run out and just end the game, put you out of your misery, you know. But fair play to him. He's stayed going. He's played well. You know, them low-driven passes are really, really effective. And you know, this is what I'm talking about. See these areas, he's just swarming them out and intercepting that vital pass, that last-ditch pass that he's looking to get in, and he's done it phenomenally. Fair play to Ranners. Absolutely dominant display. And you know, I know Delaney will be kicking himself, but it's you know, there's nothing to be ashamed of. He still gave a great show here, and you've seen it in that second half as well. You know, if you were just coming in at that second half, you would not have thought that it was a 5-0 game, you know. Only one goal in the second half, so you know, absolutely fair play to Ranners. Great performance. Commiseration to Delaney. put on a great show. But yeah, Ranners coming away with the points there.
Coming away with the points, more importantly. We will be cutting to a very short break before we get into our next game, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back as soon as we get the information of who will be playing. So yeah, it's going to be great. We'll be back soon.
Sure, Delaney he just rage quit the stream. He's so
hands start to clap, 'cause I'm feeling good.
And we are back, everyone. More than delighted to actually get to see maybe our second game tonight. It's been a while since we've actually had a game, so we've had a bit to talk about in the back, and I think we've came to the conclusion that Example's clear now, right?
Yeah, I believe Example cannot be caught. Top of his league, top of his group rather. And you know, Example's been around the scene, man. Everybody knows who Example is in the FIFA scene in Ireland. He's a fantastic player and a great advocate for Irish FIFA players and content creators in the country as well. So I believe congratulations to him. Just waiting to confirm that, just to make sure. But as far as I know, Example can't be caught. I think he's won every game. And yeah, man, flawless from him. He's an absolutely phenomenal FIFA player, and you know, he's put in the work, Sater. You know, he's put in hours and hours of work. A lot of people, like I said, behind the scenes, you don't see it. You don't see what these guys do week in, week out. The hours they spend in their game, looking at their highlights, looking at the goals they can see to try and make themselves that much better. And he is. You know, he's the epitome of hard work behind the scenes and reaping the rewards. So, you know, should still be a good game. You know, any Example game is always full of goals, it's full of skills, it's full of life and energy. So I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to it. So he's played 5 matches so far, won all 5. No issues there. In second in the group so far is JP for UCD. They have 9 points. And then Garb, who he's gone up against today, I believe, he's gone up against Bray. And they're on 6, so there's a chance for maybe God to take second here if they can topple Example, but it is that mountain, it is that that's the best in your group, you know?
Yeah, look, and the thing is about Example is he's the prime professional as well. Just because he's qualified, it doesn't mean he's going to let his foot off the gas. He's going to be wanting blood out here as well. No FIFA player at that level wants to lose games, goes into games relaxed and loses a game. He's going to want to win this game. So, you know, it's going to be a great game though. Garb is he's no easy pickings. I believe Example said that himself as well. It's going to be a good game. So, I'm looking forward to this one. It should be full of life, energy, and expression as well. So hopefully Example will give us a show like he has been for this whole tournament, and you know, hopefully we'll see a lot of goals. I want a tight game, Sayer. I want like a nail biting game. Yeah, I want a nail biting game. They're the best, you know, the last minute winners, you know, tight games, canceling each other out.
Golden goal.
I think, yeah, like a golden goal.
I love golden goal.
Yeah, you know, it's great for the neutrals. You know, it's the same with penalty shootouts. You know, for the neutrals, it's fantastic. When you're actually supporting the team in it, it's awful. It's like the worst situation you could think of, you know. But unfortunately, we're in a game where somebody has to lose. So, and we're at that crunch time now as well. So,
and it is top 2 from the groups. I want to reiterate that so everyone gets an idea of how important it is to be the top of your group, because you will be going against the second seed of one of the other groups. So, the example I'll use my brain for this one is that Group A might go up against the second seed from Group C, and then the first seed from Group B will go up against the second seed of Group D, and it will continue like that. So taking the top one in the group, it might lend you into an easier matchup. Obviously all the players are incredible in their own right, but I'm sure Example's looking at the other groups and going, God, I'd love to play against someone that might have dropped the game and might not be as comfortable going into the next one.
Yeah, absolutely. But sometimes that could be a false hope as well. You know, sometimes we see the better players maybe had an off day and they finished second in the group. So, you know, I at this level, say, like, I just don't see anyone, even Example, taking anyone for granted. You know, they're there for a reason. They're in the top 2 of their group for a reason. And, you know, like I said, one game can differ to the next. So let's just say, you know, we've seen Delaney there, who was in second coming into this group. He may have had an off night tonight, you know. And it doesn't mean that they're any easier, you know. Sometimes it can work out worse, you know. And at this level, I think you just have to take each game as it comes, and you have to respect your opponents because, like I said, they are there representing their teams for a reason, you know. So listen, it's going to get nail biting going into the knockouts and into the live events, and you know, it's a credit to the organisers as well. E-League of Ireland, the best of the best you're seeing competing against each other, and it's fantastic to see as well. You know, I think there's a lot of hope for Irish esports as well in the future. Hopefully this it looks like we are on the way here, Sater. what you think. Example's mindset is going to be a little bit different, right? Like I said, he is qualified, so there will be a little bit of relaxation. But like I said, I do know him, and I know he is a top professional in the scene, you know, and I just don't see him attacking this game any differently to what he has throughout this whole group stage.
No, honestly, I do think that Example just has that mental edge right now, knowing that he's undefeated, and everything on top of that just makes it that it is heavily in his favor. But there's still that opportunity for Bray to come back and really put some work in, really put them under pressure. But look at the start of this already so comfortable.
Yeah, we see the reverse elastico there in a green time to start off, and this is what he does. He just has fun, man. He knows his ability, he knows what he's capable of doing, and he has fun with the sticks, and it's fantastic to watch. It's fantastic to see as well. So you know, we're going to be entertained here, no doubt whatsoever. But just touching on Garb for a minute, this is a must-win match for him, you know. Example's coming into this relaxed, but in terms of Bray Wanderers, like, they have to win this tie. You know, it's getting the crunch time now. If they want a chance to finish second in this group, they have to win this. And it is a do or die moment now, and it's business end of the group stages. So they're going to be a little bit on edge, but listen, the longer they stay in the game, the more chance they have of winning it. So we will see. Oh my God, that was red timed as well, by the way. He red timed that shot, and it still flew in to the top corner. Seeing Example having fun, like I said, fantastic finish. Not sure it should have went in. Sometimes it does that, you know. The green time mechanism is there for a reason. It's to reward players with skill and muscle memory, and sometimes for whatever reason, when you do red time it, which is timing it really poorly, sometimes they fly into the top corner.
That's definitely off.
I guess that's like real. It's like real life, though, right? That's like real life. Sometimes
just
when we
put your
scuff
foot
a
through
shot,
it.
it actually works out. Yeah, sometimes it works out for the better rather than connecting with it fully. So
back in my day, I was a merchant of that. I would just, every single time I had a shot outside the box, I'd just put my foot through it. That's how I used to play. So I can see just myself, my muscle memory alone, when I come back to FIFA, I will red time it sometimes. Sometimes you just need that power, regardless of the new power shot that makes every shot feel like when you used to watch United with Rooney back in the day outside the box.
Yeah,
he red timed every single one of those. You know he did too.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just hitting and hoping sometimes. But yeah, look, this is where Example comes to life. In the area, a little spinneroo fidget move, the fidget spinner move. Great ball through here. He could be in. He could be in here. He could level it up if he gets it right. Can he find the finish? Yes, no! Oh my God, from this angle it looked like it went in. And that is a surprise. He done everything right there. Great touch, great strength. Got it out of his feet, aimed for the far corner, and just inches wide of the post. And very unfortunate there. And that's going to be a let-off, for Example, as well, you know. But it is warning signs as well, you know, that, you know, Bray aren't going to just roll over here and die, you know. They're coming for it. They need to win. It's do or die. So Example's going to be on top of his game. He's going to have to.
Yeah, he's going to have to be on top of this one as they are in the box. But this was almost immediately. The defense has been a bit shaky so far. I'm not going to compliment them on it just yet, but they did get that one. Great ball, but no one in front, no one near the box, so it will be a one-man mission. We'll have to buy time. We'll try to green time from there, and that was a bit egregious.
That's what I mean, you know. The great thing about Example is he keeps all of the mechanisms from every FIFA, and he brings them together in each FIFA. And I remember saying last week casting the game that we don't see heel-to-heel or ball roll finesse shots from outside the box anymore. Example is doing it, and he scored one. Albeit a red time. This time he green timed that and it went straight down the throat of the keeper, so I'm not so sure. But he's in again here, and it's 2-0. Yeah, he doesn't miss twice. He's lethal in front of goal, and that's going to be a comfortable 2-0 lead, and he's going to take confidence from that. And you have to think now, you know, 2-0 down this early against a player like Example, it is a mountain to climb.
Yeah, a lot to be done, and it's only the first leg. You have to remember there's still another match to play. You have to keep your head in this one. You've got to be comfortable, and it just seems like it's Example all over right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Even from the off there, you see the kickoff. He's high in your face. We're seeing player locks and then cancelling player locks. You know, this level of FIFA player doesn't come around often. And just like that, if you do let him get down the end line, he can punish you. And we are honestly seeing such a high level of FIFA player here with Example, and you know, you can't really complain with it. You know, sometimes the better player is just better, you know, and it's a credit to the hours he put in. Like I said, I know the hours that he put into this game, and he's reaping the rewards for it now.
Yeah, definitely going to be cementing himself in the top of that group and one of the top players to watch going into it. I'm sure we'll have a full breakdown for you coming into those playoffs, all about how Example wants to play. But right now, the way he wants to play is just winning. That's all he wants to do, is just win, game in, game out, control, good possession. The way he finds space as well. Look at the little skill moves coming through now as well.
Yeah.
Showboating just a little bit. He's enjoying this one.
Yeah, like I said, with Example, you get expression. You know, he lives and breathes it, and you're getting his personality coming out through a video game, which is so cool as well. You know, you can tell sometimes the way people are, and it's the way he is in real life as well. Always energetic, always very positive, and you know, he knows what he can do with them sticks, and he's confident about it, and you can't blame him. You know, we're seeing it on show here at the minute. Like you said, he's having fun, man. He's so slick with the sticks, and you got to give him credit, but you cannot let off. Oh, it's just offside.
Yeah,
just offside.
Corner, right? I saw that flag go up, and that's just unlucky. No VAR decisions there. That was just unfortunate, and it does happen. But good position and a good opportunity. Too bad it did go that way, but we do need to watch out now, because that could be that little bit of a mental boost. The morale might be up, saying, I can get more opportunities like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is a case of Example not being too comfortable, and we know what he's capable of, so does he. But saying that, he's up against a good player here, you know, and he's got in a few times as well.
Bottles that one just a little bit. That could have been the goal, just didn't connect. The head wasn't aiming for the ball there. It just seemed like a glancing one, kind of like Richarlison's goal, but that doesn't matter because you're going to get another one back.
Oh, wow. And there we go. We get an answer back, and I know Example won't be happy with that. You know, he doesn't like conceding goals. 45th minute, like I said last week, is kind of just is a thing, isn't it, in this game? You know, 45th minute, 90-minute goals, you know, adds drama. And I tell you what, that's a massive goal in this tie, because going in 3-1 down is such a big difference to going in 3-0 down. I know that's kind of self-explanatory, but in the terms of FIFA, you know, that momentum, that confidence going into the next half, it's going to give him a little bit of belief that he could actually pull this back. And let's be honest, you know, he could maybe be 3-2 or 3-3 as well. You know, he missed a couple of opportunities there, a very, very big chance as well. You had the header, and then you had the one where he's got a cross goal, and that could have ended up in a goal as well. So this game is not over, and it's a lot closer than what people think. Don't be fooled by that scoreline.
Yeah, it is a lot closer, and both of these players are going to give it their all to try and close this one out in the first leg. 3-1 though, an Example in a good position. Garb does have some opportunities for him if he can find them, but it's about finding those channels, finding those avenues of success. And right now, look at the style coming out in the shot. Just Example, just you can't do that to someone. That's mean.
Yeah, like I said, expression and personality, he brings it out in his FIFA game. And, you know, we're seeing a rainbow flick into a power shot, into a green time power shot, you know, and a green time Trivella as well. And look, this is what I'm saying. You're looking at someone like Example. Look at what he has in his arsenal. You know, look at what he has there. He has every shot, every type of skill, every type of situation. He's seen it in this game, and his experience does shine through in most games that he plays. And that would have been a fantastic goal. That little rainbow flick into a power shot, green time, would have been fantastic if it went in. But luckily for Garb, it didn't, and he's still in this game. He's still in this game. As long as it's 3-1, he's still in this game.
Yeah, I've seen this from the Gara show on TikTok, where you just get that rainbow flick straight into the volley, and it seems to work. And maybe Example's just having a little bit of fun with it. He doesn't want to be overly concerned with getting massive scorelines, just cleaning it up and making sure he gets, and then maybe getting a nice little highlight for himself.
Yeah, he's looking for the clips right now. You know, and realistically, you know, in FIFA, there's no real disrespect to your opponent. I think maybe when you're gritty, it's a little bit disrespectful, but we were not seeing any showboating in terms of celebrating tonight. But there's absolutely nothing wrong with expressing yourself and trying to go for, you know, skill goals, power shots, screen times. I think that's what it's about. You know, it's showing your arsenal, it's showing what you're capable of doing, and we're seeing it in abundance here. And you know, it's like if you're me and you, Sarah, it's fantastic to watch. If you're Garb right now, you're probably frothing at the mouth. You're probably saying, what's this guy doing? But listen, that's just what he does, and he expresses himself through the game, and I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, we do like to see people's personalities shine through in these games. It's not often you see that in any esport title, but I think FIFA is one of those special ones where you can really get the flavor of how the person wants to play, and you can really see how well they want to work around this interesting meta where it's very, very possession focused, a lot of skill moves being used, and you want to be in and out of those boxes as quick as you can be. But another shot,
well worked.
Good hands from the keeper, good hands.
Yeah, good save. But we're seeing the work. You know, we're seeing the work that he's done in the lab. You know,
No,
we're
you
seeing
can't. Can't,
step
man.
over.
Stop, please.
He's going for it. He's looking for that clip. But yeah, look, like the work, that's where I said he comes to life. You know, around the area, he's doing, you know, step over boost, and then he's turning it into a La Croqueta, trying to create that space, gets the shot off, and that's the difference, you know, them fine margins, especially when you're playing against a player of the same standard as well. You're looking to find that little gap, that little chink in the armor, and you know, it's the difference sometimes between a tight game. And you know, you can tell Example's quite comfortable here. He knows he's probably the better of the two, and he's just looking to kill this game off in style, you know.
Blood in the water.
Yeah, I would be too if I was top of the group and already through. So yeah, you know, you can't blame him.
Going undefeated though would be something spectacular to see from one of the Irish lads here, to go all the way to the finals and then sweep that. That could be Example's game plan from here, but there is still those opportunities opening up. Garb does have a little bit of time left to even bring it to a draw to get into that second leg and give themselves a chance at taking some points away. You do see a good run coming through, but lets it go a little bit too far from him. Gives up an easy retake there. And yeah, I think honestly, Example, they have some great opportunities to really show their stuff stylistically, but we still do want to see a very clean game come out from them, and maybe a couple more goals just to show the rest of the group what you're made of as well, because they'll all be watching from the rest of these other groups.
Yeah, absolutely. And like we said, as long as it's 3-1 here, they are still in the game. You know, all it takes is a goal, and we're yet to see a full press and a constant press from Garb yet as well. That's coming. You know, he's going to be knowing that's coming in the last 15, 20 minutes. Probably going to see change fairly soon, to try and get some players on, fresh legs, get the high press going, and try and nick a goal so we can just, you know, have a nervy end to this game, for example. But as of right now, pretty straightforward. Not really anything to trouble Example in this half as of yet. But yeah, very, very straightforward, really.
Yeah, that was close.
Good. Yeah, good save. We're seeing that cross. You must be happy seeing a couple of crosses going in there. I know you were asking for him before. You missed the cross in meta. Not particularly my favorite time of FIFA, if I'm honest. But that's what he does. The little shift with the reverse elastico, and he'll be gutted he didn't finish that off. And very surprised that didn't go in either.
Yeah, very surprised. Very good opportunity, but we do see the attack coming through. And I know it says Ireland, but it is Bray, and Bray, they're on the break here, trying to get something going, and it will just be an easy retake there once again. And Example, he's going to be very delighted with that one, that the opportunities just aren't landing. And I think there's something to be said that if you can't get it into the box, you can't get it into those dangerous positions, that you will just fall behind. Look at the ball.
Wow.
Example's just he's fighting so many different ways to open up the shooting gallery as it is right now, and opportunity after opportunity, and it looks like Garb just isn't finding the same success.
No, he's just not able to find the space. You know, we're seeing some fantastic right stick switching from Example as well. That muscle memory to take control of your defender and cover the runs when it's 1v1 as well. You know, it's absolutely fantastic to see, and it's an exhibition really in how to play the game, and could definitely be a lot more than 3-1. Could be a little closer too if Garb was a little bit more clinical down the other end, but you know, it does seem as though Example is just kind of toying with it now and going for the spectacular way to finish the game. And you know, it's not looking likely that we're going to see a comeback here. 4 minutes left, and yeah, pretty straightforward. You know, let's hope in the second leg Garb can up his game and try and get something from it, but it's not looking likely right now.
Yeah, and it will have to be a mountain to climb even in that second leg to get that win. It will have to be 3 goals at least for himself just to get back into this, and I don't see Example losing by that. It just seems like Example is just that giant, is just that top tier player that's going to be the hardest one to break open and find something. But yeah, this will end at a 3-1. And how do you feel about Garb's chances in the second leg? Because Example seemed a little bit too comfortable overall.
He's comfortable. He got his 3 goals nice and early, and he can kind of relax after that. You know, again, looking for the spectacular. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same story from him mentality-wise. He's going to go in, he's going to get the job done, try and get his 3 goals, and then look for a clip after. But you know, Garb, he has to go for it now. He has to go for the killer instinct in him. He has to try and pull this back, and it's going to be, you know, it's not exactly a mountain to climb though either. You know, 2 goals in it. 3-1, that could have been a lot worse. He's got out of there kind of, you know, probably counting his blessings that it's only 3-1. So listen, it's not over yet. I think if he can get the first early goal in the second leg, I think this game could be wide open. You know, we've seen chances on both ends there. I know for a fact Example is thinking he can't take it for granted either. You know, it's going to be a tough game, second game, because he has to go for it now. It's going to be interesting to see whether or not he goes full press from the off because he knows he has to win this game, or whether, you know, he's just going to relax and try and play his own game like he did in that previous game. But you know, this is where the mentality comes into it. This is where their training comes into it, recognizing situations and knowing what the right thing to do is. So it's going to be interesting to see how both players start.
Yeah, it is that start. It is that first 15-20 minutes where we start to see them kind of come alive, and you kind of get a feeling of how the match will go within that time frame. And Garb, I think, honestly needs to hit the ground running here, needs to find a goal early and really put the pressure on Example. But Example, we can't sing his praises enough when he's playing as well as he is constantly. It's not a once-off that he's doing well. He's constantly at this level, and it does start to beg the question of, is he just the best player in this at the moment? Because some of the teams, some of the players have dropped a match here, but Example always seems to be on top of his game.
Yeah, well, I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. You know, he's unbeaten in the group. However, there is some fantastic players in here, and I know Example and Mr. Welly have some history in playing as well in some previous tournaments and stuff. So, you know, there's definitely players that can put it up to the likes of Example and Mr. Welly. You know, I wouldn't root out anybody. You know, like I said, at this level, they're all fantastic players. They're there for a reason. And you know, if you're zoned in, if you're locked in at that moment, you know, as a FIFA player at this level, you can beat anyone. You know, it's that type of game. It just depends where you are mentally. So, you know, I can't advocate enough for how big the mental side of FIFA is. You know, when you're playing, it speaks volumes. You know, to see Example always be fully concentrated. We've seen him kind of have a bit of fun at the end of that last game, but you know, in his mind, he had the job done already. So. You know, you can't blame him for that either. But listen, this game again at the start, it's going to be a different mindset. He's going to have to get the job done again before he starts having fun. I think we started off the game there with another rainbow flick long shot. He really wants to get that done. But you know, I'd be more worried about, you know, getting the result locked in and loaded before anything else. So it'll be interesting to see how this one goes.
Yeah, and with that opening up, there was one opportunity there for Example early. It was one of those power shots with the little bit of a skill move beforehand, just trying to get the rainbow flick in. But we haven't seen anything too egregious just yet until that ball came over the top. That was lovely. Can't get it down in time and can't get it into his feet and can't get moving with it. But it looked like an opportunity, and that's a good start so far.
Yeah, not bad. And warning signs as well that over the top ball is so overpowered this year as well if you get the right player on the end of it. I don't know if you remember the start of the game, but Haaland with an over-the-top ball at the start of the game was just, you couldn't defend against it. Of course, with a few updates that kind of changed, but you know, it's still there. That meta is still there of over-the-top through balls, and as long as you have runners going in, you have to be quick with that right stick switching to cover them runs. So really good defending there. Maybe a bit of a better touch, more of a kind of heavier touch. Would have got him in.
There we go.
Yes, here we go. This is it. Game on. You know, game on. And this is exactly what I was saying that Example can't do. He can't get too complacent. You know, I know he knows he's a great player. That he could probably, he probably has the beatings of him. But you are playing a guy who has to win. Simple as. It's a do or die attitude. And, you know, I always say the scariest thing is to go up against somebody who's nothing to lose. And right now, you know, he has nothing to lose because he's behind in this game. He has to pull it out of the bag. And it's gonna be a tight game. You know, Example's gonna have to focus up here.
Yeah, we still need a couple more goals to even it up and bring us maybe to a golden goal, but the opportunity is there now. Gob's put that marker down, saying I've taken this game so far. You need to step up, and we will see Example go back to the original style of playing it outside the box, finding the avenues and going for the closest post to him. But yeah, I think honestly, Example, this is the most pressure we've seen this game on him. He's going to have to try and find something quick to quell that kind of dangerous game that is being played right now by Garb. So good possession right now for Garb might work out in his favor if he just drag some players forward and find the gap. That could be massive.
Yeah, absolutely. We're seeing a little bit more intention now from Example as well. He knows that this game is not done and dusted, and I think he's kind of sat up and realized now that he's in a game here. You know, he's playing against a guy who has to win, simple as. So he's gonna have to clutch it up. He's seen a little bit more concentration from his gameplay. You know, he's not kind of messing about as much. He's doing the work outside the box, trying to find them intricate little spots where you can play a pass. And you know, again, like I said, he's gonna have to clutch up. He's gonna have to clutch up here and focus. Seeing some very kind of strange chip passes from Garb. I don't know whether it's kind of panicky or whether he's trying to do something, you know, kind of different outside the box kind of thing. But you know, for me, he just needs to keep doing what he's doing, which is these long balls down the end line, step overs, working it into the middle and finding in gaps in the defense. And he's done it really, really well this game. Reverse elastico now as well. We're seeing some expression here, and he could be in. Oh, great save. Fantastic save. And again, warning signs, Sater. This is not over. He is in a game here.
Yeah, he's definitely playing FIFA, and he's definitely going to be looking for more opportunities like that. An example, must be feeling the heat a little bit now. He's got to be a little bit worried about it. He doesn't want to be dropping this match. There's another opportunity, slips in, and he gets it.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Bang. Just like that, 2-0. And this is where we're talking about the mindset, you know. We've seen him kind of take liberties a little bit in the first leg where he was going for the spectacular, you know, and this is why you can't do that. You know, it doesn't matter who you're playing, whether you're example, whether you're top of the group, whether you're the top player in your group, you know, you have to put your opponents away. And, you know, we're going to be seeing a different, more focused example for the rest of this half and for the second half. I can guarantee you that. Could be in again here.
Oh, example's looking shaky.
Save.
Example's looking so shaky.
Yeah, it maybe a little bit rattled here, and again, you can't blame him. He's been surprised at 3-0 up in the first leg at this time in the first leg. All of a sudden, you flip it back to the next game, and he's finding himself in the opposite position as to what he was in the first leg. You know, this is FIFA. This is this level of players, and this is why I keep saying to you that these games are never over. You can never count anyone out.
No, you can't. And the example just feeling the burn now, not putting away his own chances and getting opened up on the other side. Clinical nearly coming in from Bray and Garb, and I think honestly example just needs to go back to basics, build the foundations back up, get everything right. But it just seems like Garb is just hitting every single intercept, is just constantly finding the players he needs to and taking his chances, and he's making them work.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we are seeing a little bit of a press from Garb, like we said. You know, he's going a bit of a higher press, constant press, maybe team press as well, which you can do off the directional pad on your controller, and it's working. He's winning the ball back a lot quicker. You know, as we can see, the players are kind of a lot tighter to the Dundalk players as well, which is not giving them as much space. Green time Travella there, very OP at the start of the game, not so OP anymore. No foul there, interestingly enough, and it could have ended up in a goal. Good defending. And yeah, look, we're seeing a lot more concentrated example now as well. I think I think he may have learned his lesson of messing about when he had it in his favor, and he's taking this game seriously now.
That's just a bad tackle. You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. That should be a yellow.
Yeah,
sure.
slightly, some slight frustration maybe there. You know, like I said, even though he's already through, you know, he doesn't want to lose. He doesn't like losing. He's a winner. He has that mentality, and you know, in these games or any game that you play, you know, you don't want to lose. You don't enjoy losing ever. If you do, you're not playing the right game, you know. So we're going to see some tactical changes from example there, and I think you're going to see a different player in the second half. I think he's going to be the example that we've seen in the first 35 minutes, 40 minutes of the first game.
Yes, we do. Straight back out of play. I was going to go into like a moment there of like what's kind of the game plan going to be from example here, because they just seem to be a little bit overrun. They don't seem to have the same ideas as they did in the first leg, and that could be worrying for the rest of this one, as it just seems like Garb just has found his kind of stride, found his moments as he tries to find another one here. He will get the pass in, and it walks it into the keeper and doesn't take the opportunity.
Yeah, very difficult with that one, with the keeper coming out. Maybe just a turn out left instead of right there, and he could have took it around the keeper. But no, I honestly, I think you'll see a more concentrated example in this half. That's the only thing that he's missing, really. You know, he was having fun in the first leg after 3-0 up. He was having fun at the start of this game. I think now he realizes that he has to turn it on. He has to perform. And we are seeing it at the other end. No one in the box. Very unfortunate on Garb's behalf, but good defending by example. And again, a little bit more urgency now from example. You know, we're seeing him go back to basics a little bit more. No showboating, trying to spread it out wide. But again, that high press is so hard to beat. And if you don't beat it, you are more than likely going to lose the ball in your own half. And we're seeing it here. He's executing it fantastically, and it's going to be very, very nervy ending to this game.
Yeah, so 2-0. What's the mental like right now, if your example? Because you've obviously been in those positions where you're playing two legs. You've won the first leg convincingly, and you've had a bit of fun with it. Does that really start to affect you now? Because we're starting to see some bad tackles, kind of going a little bit desperate with it. Is that frustration peeking through?
Yeah, I think a slight bit of frustration, but it's probably more the fact that he's allowed this situation to happen, you know? He's a perfectionist. He works so hard on his game, and the fact that he allowed this game to get to a stage where it is, you know, I think that's going to affect him a little bit more than anything else. Yeah, again, it would be probably more self-critical than anything else. As we see a pause here, and he is going to change some tactics around, and you know that just kind of goes to show, you know, he's taking it serious now. And he has to, you know, Garb has come into this leg again, all guns blazing, absolutely firing, 2 goals past him, brought it back on the scoreline, and he's looking to go for the kill here. And if Example doesn't get it together and get his game going again, you know, we could be looking at an upset here.
Yeah, we could see a big shift in time and a big shift in play, but I do see the tactics coming through, a couple of swaps, a bit more speed coming through, and Garb looks like he actually wants to get a little bit more into this one. He wants to get a few more goals, but where do you see this match going? Will it just be held out to this possession style game coming from Garb, or is he going to go for those goals with those substitutions?
Nah, he has to go for it. You know, he has to win this game. I certainly wouldn't want to be in a golden goal situation against Example. I can tell you that. With his experience, with his know-how, with his calmness, you know, he'd be the calmest person in the room, you know, in a situation like that, because he's been there before. So, you know, it's a case of Garb has to go for it here. And now that he has the momentum as well, you don't want to bring it into another game where it's restarting. You know, he has the momentum in this game. Can he go and get it? Can he go and get that all-important 3rd goal and put himself in the lead 4-3 on aggregate? But you know, it's going to be difficult against a player like this who's resilient, and now they look like they're on their game concentration wise as well. We're seeing the right flick switching and the covering of defenders and stuff. We're not seeing a rainbow flick green times anymore. So, you know, it's going to be difficult to find it, but he's more than capable of doing it, and he showed it. And I think he's earned respect from Example as well with this game. You know, a little bit of showboating in the first game, but you know, now I feel like Example's sitting up, he's sitting forward in his chair like we all do when we're trying to sweat, where we're trying to play as hard as we can, locked in. And I think he's woken up and he's kind of said, okay, I'm in a game now. Let's do it.
Yeah, exactly. Let's do it. It's kind of like a throw down situation.
Yeah.
It's kind of like let's get this one rolling as we do get into the last 30 minutes here. Last 20 minutes, sorry. It's actually gone so fast. I'm kind of getting lost in just how quick a pace a game it is, but the opportunities just aren't landing. It's just constantly back and forth and trying to find the opportunity, but not quite landing it. So kind of slowed down from both ends. And I think momentum going into the last one, it could be massive here, but we need to see a couple more goals come through. We need to see Garb put on a clinic, and if you can just get one more, that changes everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Next goal is vital, obviously. For example, putting them an extra goal ahead. You know, again, it's going to come down to the wire, and it's going to be either golden goal or it's going to be a last minute winner. That's what we're looking at here. And like you said, they're kind of canceling each other out now, because both of them have that concentration level at the minute. You know, Garb has to win. Example doesn't want to lose. Simple as. So we see him sitting up in his seat, and it could be. Oh wow, big opportunity there. Headers are very hard to put away this year. You know, the directional of the aiming of it is very different to most FIFAs, but up the other end, we're seeing Example maybe get in here. Great touch by Elliott. He's gone for the chip. Green time, not as effective this year as it was last year. However, sometimes you do see him go in. Last year at a 45-degree angle, when you chipped it, it went in almost every time. It was like a glitch. We're seeing that from Example. I told you, he brings back old FIFA glitches, old mechanics, and he implements them, not working to his advantage that time, and he'll be disappointed with that big opportunity.
Yeah, massive opportunity there, and I can almost feel the tension going through them right now as we do have the last 10 minutes of the half. We do see it start to break down a little bit more, and they have to try to find something. A great ball through. He tries to slide to stop it, but he doesn't get it. He goes for the chip and won't land it either.
Oh, yeah, he baited him out, and again, you may say that's poor play from Garb's behalf, but that's actually fantastic play from Example. It was a game of wits, you know. It's a psychological game there with the goalkeeper bringing him out and then immediately taking your finger off the triangle button to make your keeper run back onto the line. You know, sometimes that can make a player panic and mess up their decision. as to what to do in a 1v1 situation. So that is a skill, believe it or not. It's not by chance that that's happened. It's simply because he's made him do it, and we could see him in here again, and he is having a lot of success down this right hand side with through balls, and it is coming in to business end of this game here, Sater, and it's a tough one to call.
It's a tough one to call, but they've actually made space down here. They just need to find that pass, cut back in. He's through on goal. It opens. He gets it.
Oh, it's in. There it is in the 88th minute. And he's gritty in as well. Oh, my God. That is the biggest disrespect you can give to an opponent when you score a goal, especially when you score an 89th minute goal, you know. But listen, you look at it from both ways, right? I mean, Example kind of was messing about in the first leg, thought it was done. You know, Garb's taken that, he's turned that negativity into positive energy, and he's turned it into potentially a win here, you know, and he's grittying on him to say, listen, you took me for granted, here we are, I'm 3-0 up now, and I'm gonna take this tie, simple as.
Yeah, he's just gonna run the track down. That's it. Garb takes it, and that's the undefeated streak finished there, for Example. But a great comeback from Garb in the end, and absolutely exceptional play in that second leg to clinch it right at the end, and a little bit of disrespect with the Gwitty, but it's good. It's good to see it.
Listen, look, everybody does it, you know, every FIFA player does it at some point, especially the emotions are running high after scoring a last minute winner. You know, Example maybe, you know, kind of messing about with him in the first game. He maybe took that personal, and you know what? Fair play. He's turned it around. He's come in here. He said, right, I'm 3-1 down, and we did make a note of that, didn't we? Say we said the 3-1 scoreline is a doable scoreline in the second leg. You know, at this level, you are capable of scoring 3+ goals. You know, if it's 3-0, we're looking at a completely different scenario. Game's over. However, he's come out here, he's put on an absolute exhibition, and to hold, can I just say, to hold Example, to keep a clean sheet against Example is a massive achievement. You know, we've seen what this guy is like on the sticks. We know what he's capable of doing. He's top of the group for a reason, and he's just beaten him 3-0 in the second leg after being 3-1 down. So listen, massive achievement. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough to actually put him through in the end, but listen, he can hold his head high with that result, and fair play. It was great entertainment. We asked for a nail-biting finish, and we got it.
Yeah, we did, and that will be all from us this week. We will be back with the playoffs, and I can't wait to get into that one, and I'm hoping you'll be joining me for that one as well. But yeah, let's make sure that we have everything sorted for the groups. Everything will be on the socials. Keep an eye out on that, and we will get back to you as soon as we can with even more FIFA in the future. So have a great evening, everyone. Peace.
Pleasure.
Yeah, I start to cloud.